All right, so again, all of the ones for this set, which was 32 to 36, were geometry-based questions, because again, in this class, you had a few different intro to geometry topics. The first one is identifying what type of angles were given. So we had 4 different types of angles. You should know what type of angle measures each of these have. So just running through the list real fast. If we're talking about an acute angle, that is any angle that falls between what 2 measurements? Acute would be anything that falls between 0 all the way up to 90. So anything between 0 and 90 degrees would be acute. All right. A lot of times we say less than 90, which that's essentially correct. Again, you just have to make sure it's also greater than 0. So anything between 0 and 90. Then you have the next one was a right angle, and that's going to be anything that is exactly 90 degrees. Then you had obtuse, which is going to be anything that falls between what 2 values? Close. So 180 is the top number. So it's between 90 and 180. Thank you. Yep. So, and then the final one there that they have at the top, straight. Straight is anything that is exactly 180 degrees. So that's gonna be a straight line. So on here, which of those examples are acute angles? All right, D is definitely acute. So this one is acute. What else is acute? A is also acute. So, and if you ever get them confused, if you ever think of like the word cute, it's acute angle. Usually cute is used to describe like a small child, like, oh, that's a cute kid, small kid. It's a cute angle. It's small, right? So then right, everybody's usually familiar with that one, is option what? B is right. And then we have the big one, I think obtuse and obese, right? Big. So C is an obtuse angle. And then you have E, and that would be our straight angle. Straight angle forms a straight line. Why did that separate? There it goes. All right, next. What are the 3 undefined terms of geometry? So anybody know what the 3 are? There's one choice there, that's correct. Point, line, and plane. That would be it. So point, line, and plane. You have to use those 3 terms to pretty much help describe or define every other term that we talk about in geometry, but those 3 are undefined. I mean, try to define the term point without using another word that means point. It's hard to do. Again, we can describe them, but point, line, and plane, those are undefined terms. All right, moving on to 34. Use the figure to answer questions A through C. So name 4 points which are non-coplanar. So when we say non-coplanar, they can't be on the same plane. So on here, each flat surface is representing a different plane. So we need to make sure that we pick 3 points that are not on the same plane. So, or actually, they want 4 points. Name 4 points that are non-coplanar. Now, if you pick any 2 points, they would always have to be coplanar. So again, just making sure we pick 4 that are not on the same plane. Anybody want to give that a shot? How about, let's start with R, S, U, and T would be a good option. Now, is that the only one that works? No. So this was a pretty open-ended question. We just had to make sure that we picked 4 points where at least one of them wasn't on the same plane. Because any 2 points will be on the same line. Any 3 points will always be on the same plane. So when you start talking about 1 extra above those 2 requirements, then we can definitely talk about points that are non-coplanar or non-collinear. So on here, those 4 were non-coplanar. On letter B, name 4 points which are coplanar. So there's 2 different sets that we could have used on this one. This one's a little less open-ended. If you look at that front surface, the one that's facing us in that cube, we could have used R, S, Y, and T. Or the other option, if you did the top, you could have said R, S, Y, and U. So those are the only 2 options there. Like I said, there's other options that we could have done. There's probably 4 different combinations we could have used. B, a little bit more limited. There's 2 different combinations that worked. And then finally, C, name a line segment. Well, pretty much any set of 2 points connecting a line would be a line segment. So there's lots of them here. But we could do RS, we could do YT, we could do RY. And when you name line segments, you put a little segment over top to properly name it. And again, you're naming it with those letters because those are going to be the endpoints of your segments. 35. Identify each description as an example of point, line, plane, or ray. So a freckle on a hand would be an example of what? Would be a point. The surface of a mirror, so we're talking about a flat surface, so that would be a plane. The edge of a piece of paper, well, the edge will form a line. Truthfully, I would like line segment to be an option there for that, but line will work for now. D, a laser beam that goes on forever in one direction only. So yeah, it starts, but it never ends. So a ray. And truthfully, again, on C, I would really like them to have the option of segment because it does not go on forever, the edge of a piece of paper. So yeah. Any questions there? All right. 36 is the last one. So like I said, every single one of these had to do with vocab. There wasn't really anything to work out. On 36, use the figure to answer questions 1 and 2. So on number 1, it says, in the figure above, which points are collinear? What does it mean to have points that are collinear? Those are points that are on the same. What is the word? Ooh, you just hit. Oh, on the same line. Yeah, hold on. I accidentally clicked something. I don't know what I just did. Let me see if I can fix that. Do it like this for the rest of this. All right. So on the same line. Again, linear means line, so these are points on the same line. So let's look at the values they gave us. We have A, F, and C. Are those all on the same line? No. Again, any 2 points will be on the same line, but once you hit 3, then they may be collinear, they might not be. So F, D, and E. Let's see, F, D, E, no. Yeah, not all on the same line. G, H, and D. G, H, D is way up there. That doesn't work. We're down to the last option. B, D, E. B, D, E. Yes, those 3 are on the same line. So those would work. Now, the next one down says non-collinear. So again, they just took the word collinear and added non in front. So that means not on the same line. All right, so we have BDE, which we know that those are on the same line. Then we have FEC, FEC. Those 2 are on the same line. Then we have GBD, GBD. Those look to be on different lines. So I think C is our answer. Let's check the last one. ABC, ABC, all on the same line. So our correct answer is C. Again, we were looking for the ones not on the same line. So again, just be careful of the wording there. But that's it. That was the whole homework assignment for that section. For the next set, just so you know, we have, let's see. So getting a little bit more into geometry. Pretty much all the parts from this point on are dealing with geometry. So today was the basic terms. The next set, we're talking about geometric angles and some basic triangle ideas. Now notice there are 2 sets of problems there. So I tried to group them the best I could with things that were related. So the next set is dealing with angles for triangles and angles by themselves, also angle properties, angle addition, things like that. Then the next set is dealing with angles when we have parallel lines. Then we have midpoint and distance. Some of these are really short assignments. Some of them are a little bit longer. So again, just make sure you pay attention to which numbers are due which days and get them in on time. Any other questions about those? And like I said, there's no other assignment today. So if you want to use the rest of today to work ahead on the next assignment, I know the next one is a little bit longer than some of the last couple had been. So just make sure you get those 2 parts done and get them uploaded on Canvas, all right? And I'll have the video for this posted as soon as I can.